Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode. Come talk with me. Come talk with me. I took a nap earlier, so now it's 1:05 a.m. and I'm just full of energy. So, let's talk about men. Let's talk about men and their ego. While while their ego is fragile, it is very much audacious. It's so sensitive, but it has so much to say. And it's so loud and often wrong, you know? Some men have issues in life that they genuinely want to fix, but the problem is they don't listen. And this is no shade. This is truly just an observation. And it's a lot of ignorant shit being thrown around. So I'm ready to speak on it. So if it's men listening to this, or if you're a man listening to this, oh well. This podcast is not geared towards you. You know that by now. And you're probably not even going to listen anyway. You're not even going to take in the message anyway. So it really don't matter. These men, mostly black men, do not listen when someone is talking to them. And by that, I mean when a man presents a problem that he's having in his life, he's not receptive to the feedback. Like, a lot of these men are very closed-minded and feel as though they should be listened to just because, simply because they are a man. And let me dig a little bit deeper. These men who grew up in a single mother household have this thing where they build themselves into the character that they are. Like, they take bits and pieces of other men and they take what they think sounds right and what they agree with and build themselves and patchwork themselves into a man, pretty much. And they hear things and they just take it and run. And so that becomes the foundation of who they are. And it leads them to doing things incorrectly, in my opinion. It leads them to making decisions that are not smart or beneficial to their future. And they don't realize this until later on in life. And it might not be single parent households. It might be all of them. I don't know. But I've seen this most from men who are in a single mother household. They do this. And unfortunately, when their way of thinking is challenged, the person that they built themselves up to be from all of this false knowledge and guidance. This false knowledge and no guidance. When that thought process is challenged, they stop listening to you. They just stop listening altogether. And they especially stop listening when it's a woman speaking to them. Because when a woman speaks, it's very rare for a man to truly listen. Have y'all noticed this? Men do not value our opinions, nor do they believe that we know what we're talking about, majority of the time. Believe it or not, a lot of men do not respect you. They just tolerate you. They just tolerate your presence. And men, from what I've noticed, men, they hear what you're saying, but they not really listening to the message. Because to them, a woman can't tell them shit. A woman don't know what she's talking about. Even though she might be a professional, even though she might have the experience to back her opinions or to back whatever it is that she's saying. And this is, again, just an observation, but if what she's saying is challenging his way of thinking, and it challenges who he has built himself to be based on all these false principles and things that he feels like is right, and I'm a man and a man can do this and a man can do that, and da, da, da. You have someone telling you that the way that you're thinking and the way that you're moving through life is wrong, and you trying to tell them that they are wrong, you going to somebody for help. You going to somebody for information. And then you turn around and tell them that they wrong and that they don't know what they're talking about. So for women, when it's a woman telling them this, they're quick to disagree. Have y'all noticed that? And it's all about men. It's all about them trying to get their get back in a conversation. It's never about really taking in the message and making sense of things. It's about getting their get back. They feel offended and they feel that someone is calling them out or disagreeing with them. So they have to somehow attack or offend the person in return. And a lot of men will hear a woman speak about something and they'll find a way to like disagree with her. I've noticed that men do this often. And it's like when you're younger, you really don't pay attention to the quality of conversation and you really don't pay attention to the tones and the way people, interact. But as you get older, those things start to matter. And I don't like the way that men disagree and discredit women when they are talking to them. Like you could be telling this man something 100% correct. You could be backing him. You could be backing the information to him with real statistics and like real experiences. And he will find some way to disagree so that he can feel like he's right and so that he can feel like he's on his high horse. He can feel secure in his ego. And that is so fucking annoying. It's annoying to get into these conversations with men. I don't like to be surface level, but I sometimes have to keep things surface level with men because you can't go any further with them. Because they'll start to play devil's advocate. Like I know y'all have heard men say this, especially on these podcasts. They say, "Oh, I'm going to play devil's advocate right now. I'm going to be devil's advocate right now." I know y'all have heard men say this. I know y'all have. And it really irritates me because they always say that. They always say, "Oh, I'm going to play devil's advocate on this real quick." Listen, if you hear somebody say that, that's because they disagree with you, but they don't want to be disarray. They don't want to be direct in their disagreement with you. Like, does that make sense? If somebody says, "Oh, I'm going to play devil's advocate," that's a passive aggressive way of just downplaying what you're saying. They downplaying the fact that they disagree with what you're saying, but they don't really want to say it. And so whenever you hear somebody say that, just replace those words with, "I disagree with what you're saying, but I'm not man enough to be direct and say that I disagree with you." They've hiding behind devil's advocate so they can go ahead and disagree without having to be penalized for it or without somebody really like shining a light on them disagreeing, or they can have an opinion about something without somebody looking at them crazy for having a fucked up opinion. Like if you have a fucked up opinion, baby, just say it. Just say you have a fucked up opinion. And Charlemagne is one of the biggest examples of this. Men make it a lot harder to fix a problem because their ego stands in the way. That ego will always stand in the way. They can never open up and be their true selves to someone without it being a character. There's always that character in the way. And I don't know why that is. That's very counterproductive. They can never, it's not about who you are at work. It's not about who you are, in front of your parents. It's not about who you are in your career field, who you are at the grocery store. It ain't about who you are in front of these other people. Open up to this person, whether it's the psychiatrist, whether it's your wife, whether it's somebody, whoever it is that you really do care about or that you care about their opinion enough to let them help you. You have to trust them. You have to be able to trust, open yourself up enough to trust someone to come in and help you. But men don't do that. They don't trust anyone enough, or they have just built so many walls in front of themselves that nobody can get in and truly actually help you because you're not letting them in. You getting offended by every fucking thing that's said to you. That's stupid. That's counterproductive. It doesn't help anything. Like, instead of opening up to your true self, you're not allowing anyone to help you. You want to triangulate the conversation and turn it back in on the person. That is stupid. Somebody who's trying to give you actual real solutions. Everybody is not attacking men. Everybody is not out to get men and hurt them. Some people genuinely want to help. You know, some people want to help, but there's always that barricade in the way that has to lash out at everybody. So what's the point of asking for help if you're not going to accept it? What's the point? People go to therapy and they ask for help, but when the therapist begins to dig into you and open up what the problem is, you get mad. When they put that mirror in front of you and say, okay, look, this is what this is. These are the things that are inside of you that are causing these problems, and this is what we can do to fix it. Why does that make you lash out? Why does that make you mad? That's the problem that men have. Instead of taking accountability, because that's really what it is running away from accountability. It becomes, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. Oh, that's not true. And you just refuse to see things for what it is. And then the issue that I have with a lot of men is we have these conversations, but after a while, I just simply walk away or simply just take myself out of the conversation. I just remove myself from the conversation because nobody can get through to you. We can't talk to you. No one can get through to these types of men. And a lot of them, like I said earlier, they like to triangulate the conversation and put words in your mouth and get you confused so that they can make you contradict yourself. And people who are like that, it's no use even talking to them. It's no use even talking to them because they're going to twist your words up and take you through the whole rigmarole of words and what they mean and the definitions and all this different stuff to try to get you off track. And it's no point of even talking to them because they are doing all these things and jumping through all these hoops to avoid accountability. That's all they're doing is jumping all these different hurdles to avoid accountability. That's really all it is. And getting your mind off of the subject at hand. And in a way, they want you to be wrong so bad. They want to tell you that you're wrong. They want to figure out a way to tell you that you're wrong. And that's what men do because they're natural manipulators. And this is not shitting on men. This is just what I have observed. It's stupid and it's not worth doing. Someone who is not emotionally intelligent, somebody who is not even giving you the opportunity to have a equal give and take back and forth correspondence. That's crazy to me. Because I know what I meant, and I'm not going to let you turn what I said into something that I didn't say, something that I know I didn't say. That is manipulative and that is narcissistic behavior. And men, they also love, a lot of these black men also love to say that they narcissists and they love that. Oh, I'm a narcissist. Oh, I'm a narcissist. Of course I love myself. Of course I put myself first. Of course. No. I don't know who started that stupid ass shit. But narcissistic personality disorder is a very real thing. That's not something to be played about. That's not something to joke about. I've heard men say time and time again, yeah, I'm a narcissist. Of course I am. Of course. That is not what people are saying. You need to speak to a psychologist, a psychiatrist, and ask them what narcissistic personality disorder is. It's not just somebody that's conceited or confident in themselves. It is a mental disorder. It is someone stopping at nothing to manipulate people, lie to people, turn people against each other, turn people against themselves. It is many different things that a narcissist does and ruins the lives of others. It is an energy vampire. Calling yourself a narcissist, that shit ain't cute. And it's really an issue in the Black community. Narcissism is a spirit. It is nothing to laugh about. And until people experience an actual narcissist and find themselves on the shit end of dealing with a narcissist, I really advise people to stop saying that, because that shit is not cute and it's not funny. Oh yeah, I don't call me a narcissist. Call me a narcissist. I love that. That's fucking stupid. I would rather you say I'm confident. I would rather you say, yeah, I'm cocky, yeah, I'm conceited, than for you to call yourself a fucking narcissist. Like, taking shit to the extreme for what? But all in all, I just wanted to come in here and shed light on the male ego and how frustrating it is to deal with men sometimes, because they always make it seem like they know best. You know, they sitting up on they throne high and mighty, and can't nobody tell them nothing, and don't nobody know nothing, and they do whatever they want to do and avoid accountability. How are we going to fix anything around here? How are we going to fix anything in this community if nobody want to listen? How are we going to fix anything if can't nobody tell you that you're wrong about something? But hey, you know, what do I know? I'm a woman, right? So thank y'all for listening to this episode, and I will catch y'all in the very next one.